Huh? Oh,
Do I do that?
Okay, now you are
yay!
unmuted.
Yay!
Yeah, you can hear me. I
Yay!
could see you, but
Hello, hello.
I couldn't hear you before. I could only see you. You look very beautiful, but I couldn't hear anything. So I'm glad I'm on. I'm glad I can hear you now, and I'm glad you can
Yes.
hear me. Yes.
So welcome,
It is
Vanessa.
so nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you. Thank you. Nice to meet you all.
You
What
know,
has been the I couldn't hear anything, but by the look of your faces, you look very excited by the way you were talking.
well, what we've been talking about is conscious adoption, and I'll explain it again very quickly, just so we can, what has happened and what brought up this topic. Last week we introduced all of our new pets. Lorelei has a new kitty in her home, and Shivani, as you know, has a new Ridgeback, and I have a puppy that I was supposed to be getting. A little Morkie that passed away, so I ended up fostering a dog instead because my heart was open to a puppy. But the one that I fostered was a much bigger animal than a little 4-pound Morkie, and I fostered because I wasn't sure that I wanted to keep him. And some people that foster animals, they said, thank you for doing that. That's beautiful, because there's not enough foster homes out there for animals. And then some people were critical because they thought I should keep the puppy, and we had to make sure that it was the right animal for our family. And also I was grieving. I really needed to give myself, both Gary and I were grieving over the animal that passed. She had a liver shunt, and she just wasn't going to live. And even with surgery, she would not have been. She was in too bad a shape. So, but I feel like she guided us to this puppy, but we needed some time to adjust to, it was, as I said before, he's everything we wanted, just in a bigger package, in a different package than we were expecting. We thought it was going to be a little teeny dog, and we ended up with a 35, well, he'll be 35-ish pounds.
Full of joy.
He is totally full of joy. So
yes.
For people who are thinking about adopting and they're not sure of the right animal, can you give us a little guidance maybe on?
I guess it depends on, I think, yes, on what you want. And your example is perfect, because even though you were falling in love with him, you didn't feel like he was the right size in a way. Yes.
The right size. We have a small yard. We're busy, and we travel a lot. So there was a lot to consider.
And it's easier in a way to take care of a smaller puppy than a bigger one. Makes sense. But I guess not sometimes, I'm a big believer that we need to follow our hearts, doesn't matter what. And it feels to me you made the right decision, because he's meant to be with you. This puppy, it was no coincidence, and I don't believe in coincidences anyway. It was meant to be. He came in the right time, and he meant to be his mummy. So it was perfect that way. It was initially the overwhelming feeling of, oh my God, he's going to be such a big puppy. So sometimes we need to, I feel, sort of leave the mind away a little bit and go with the heart. So always connect with the heart, tune in, is this the right thing to do? Because that, all the size, and he's a big puppy and we travel, all that was the mind coming into the picture, saying, nah, this is not going to be probably what you need. It's not going to be the right option. But I totally believe that's exactly what you need, because this puppy is full of joy, and he's going to bring to you things in a different way, and different experiences and different moments, and many moments of joy for sure. So he's not a substitute for the other one for sure. They never are, because they're all different. And it's not an easy thing to go through losing a puppy. I lost my puppy about a year ago. It's going to be a year soon. It was very, very hard. It was very unexpected. And it was as hard as losing my mom.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that amazing? You know, but we get
Yes.
so connected to our babies.
It was 10. Came to us when he was only 6 weeks old. My girls, we all loved him, and he was a bundle of joy, and he was a bundle of love. There was so much love in that dog, as I do believe there is in every dog. But yeah, it was amazing. So it was very unexpected and was very hard to do. And I don't feel I'm ready for another puppy. Well, I'm living in a different country now, so that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But even if I was, I know in my heart that no one can substitute him or replace him, because it's not a replacement. It's a totally new puppy that's coming, that you're going to give all the love you have. You're going to share that love between the two of you. And it's not supposed to be a replacement. So you can never compare or replace the puppy that's gone, because it was a totally different soul. And this is a brand new one that's going to give you different kinds of joy and bring different experiences. In a similar way, yes, but different. And that's what life is all about, moving on.
Yeah, nothing different. I love that, because when I finally let go, I wanted to, you know, try and get body to reincarnate and the whole thing. And I'm not poo-pooing it, but when I finally realized every dog is actually my teacher, or every animal, not just the dog. Right? The next dog will be my teacher. And it's a brand new animal. Yes, same ridgeback body, but oh my God, like Akash is totally different in some ways to Bodhi, and then similar. And he will challenge me in different ways. Yeah.
And I mean, he's probably there to teach you the same lesson. If the lesson hasn't been learned, that's common. And sometimes it will probably be a different lesson or other lessons as well. But you're absolutely right. That's what they are, teachers. That's exactly what they are.
Well, and I'm curious now, from the animal perspective, can somebody actually have the wrong animal? Or is it the animal that's choosing you and the owner goes, no, I don't like you?
I don't feel so. I feel the animal is right for the person. It might not feel that way sometimes, especially if they are a little bit naughty, if it takes a little bit of time to train them, but certainly never the wrong animal. I don't believe that. I believe that whatever animal you have, it's the right animal for you. Whatever lesson is there to be taught. Yes.
It's and even if we don't end up keeping that animal in our life, if we reflect, we can come to understand why they were in our lives. Just like, you know, Gabby, I didn't even know her. She was in another state and I never met her, but I energetically connected to her. And for every day from the day she was born, I talked to her. I virtually petted her. I put her picture up. I meditated on her. I told her what I wanted and what she could expect from us in return. And I could feel her running around the house. I could feel her energy all over this house. And then all of a sudden I couldn't feel her anymore. And that's when I got a hold of the breeder and said, what's wrong? Is she having health? No, she's not having health issues. This is before she suspected there was a problem, but I could feel there was something wrong. I knew there was, because I couldn't feel her anymore. So it was really interesting. And I do believe that she was in my life to guide me to a dog that I would never have otherwise chosen.
Yes. That was the purpose.
Yeah.
Well,
I see that now, but it wasn't. And even Lorelei had said that to me. You know, Lorelei and I had this conversation. Well, and Shivani too, really.
I did too. Yeah.
And she guided me into someone that, like I said, the dog that we wanted, just in a different package.
Well, and
we're going to say, Lorelei,
that the new pet is not a substitute, Mina, that you said. I think that's beautiful because it takes the pressure off the new pet to have to be a substitute. I mean, all that,
the shoes,
you know,
exactly.
all that expectation. So that's really very freeing to
and as an owner, the tendency I feel, especially if it happens in a short period of time, you know, if you lose a pet and in a short period of time you decide to bring another pet into your life, it's inevitable to not compare. You sort of tend to compare, you know, oh, he didn't do this, or it was this. And it's not about that. It's about loving that new pet with all the love you have, without avoiding the comparisons, because it really can't be compared.
Right.
They're going to be totally two different animals with different things to teach you, or even the same thing. Like I said, sometimes if the lesson hasn't been learned, chances are you're going to attract another pet with the same sort of lesson that is meant to teach you. But yes, avoid comparing, because like you said, very true, it does put a lot of pressure in the puppy. They have to fill up big shoes.
Right, exactly. And fill all our expectations.
Yes, right? Yes.
It's pretty heavy.
Wow, you just
pretty hard job.
Yeah.
You helped me understand something, because for a while he was so shy and he was so reserved. And I think that maybe he thought I expected him to fulfill, you know, Gabby's shoes. I don't know if that's what it was, but he would be standoffish, or maybe he knew I had a decision to make. I don't know what it was, but as soon as I made that decision, he came to life and became much more playful. And it was like he knew I had made a decision. I made a shift. He could feel it. And once that happened, he started engaging with me in a different way altogether.
You know what I think would be a great idea? Is if we took the same approach with people in our
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that.
And
yes. Might be helpful.
Yes. Very.
We should foster mates before we get married. That's what we should
so we don't have to take them back to the town.
Probably a lot of people would.
That's pretty funny, actually.
That could be the new trendy.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But yeah, I think with him, Cindy, it was probably a bit of both. He could feel the pressure of, I need to fill up some big shoes, you know, I'm not a small, I'm not this, I'm not that. But I do feel the biggest difference in him when he was losing up and when he felt, you know, freer, was when he knew that you've made that decision. He just knew, and he felt safe.
Because imagine he would probably go, well, will she, won't she? What's happening? I really want to be with her.
He didn't want to go back. He certainly didn't want to go back. He was there for a reason, and he is meant to be with you. So meanwhile, while you were tossing and turning, what am I going to do? Obviously, energetically was feeling all that. He was picking up on your stuff. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Animals do that to help us, you know, to connect, but not only to connect with the owner, to actually help when it's something. And you probably know this, all of you know this, and the people that are listening. When you're feeling a bit down, your pet will know.
Oh, definitely. My cats always know.
They come around and they, you know, and they give you more hugs, and they know something is up. They know. If you seek the same thing, they sit by your side. They're there for you. They know. They very intuitive, very, very, very intuitive. Cats more than dogs, yes. But dogs are also very intuitive, and they know, they feel it. Absolutely, they feel it. They know everything that's going on. And what they do sometimes to help us is to give me a bit of what's going on with you so I can help you. That's also very common. So they absorb and they take on our stuff to help us to ease the burden. To ease the burden. That's what they believe they need to do as being our pets. Really, that they believe it's their job. It's to do that. Yeah.
My cats are very intuitive. When I'm throwing things, they go in another room.
They certainly are.
Well, I have 4 cats, and I'm used to smaller animals, and which is why, and because of travel and everything, we wanted a smaller, or we thought we wanted a smaller animal. Here's what's so amazing. I've got a cat that's a therapy cat. She goes to hospice and to nursing homes, and and she loves puppies. And I wanted a small puppy because she loves my granddaughter's Morkie, and they play nonstop. And what Trooper showed me, he's also a therapy puppy, but he's a different kind of therapy puppy. He's the easiest dog I have ever trained in my life. He does so many things at just 12 weeks. It's unbelievable. And you usually show him something once and he's got it. And I realized the reason he chose his name, because I kept trying to give him different names and he wouldn't do anything. Ferris and I took him walking, and one name that I had, he literally laid down, Mina, and wouldn't move until I gave him the right name. His name that he chose for himself was Trooper. And I realized he's a therapy dog, not only for the seniors homes that we go to and everything, and the children's, also for military folks. And so we started, Ferris has been helping us, and Gary, they've both been in the military. They're both Vietnam vets. And and we're teaching him all the military stuff so that we can take him to the military hospitals as well. And he picks up so fast. It's incredible. And today we were out running with him for the first time, and it was cute. Again, I posted some videos, and he's showing me so many things. One of my worries is bigger dogs poop big. But I've never met an OCD dog. He poops a little, and then he moves, and he poops a little more, and then he moves, and he poops a little more, and then he moves, because he doesn't want anything on him. And I've never seen an OCD dog like this. It's hilarious. So there's not one big pile to clean up. He moves around.
Little ones.
Yes.
How smart is that? He's actually a very intelligent dog, isn't he? Very intelligent.
And he's Gemini,
beautiful
right?
energy.
He's the end of May, right?
Thinks he's Taurian now.
We started, both Shivani and I got together, and I said he's not feeling Gemini. I think he's actually Taurus. And both Shivani and I had that same feeling, that he's actually older than they thought he was. And so it feels like he was 19th or 20th that he was born.
Okay.
May.
Yeah. Any
so
sense?
then it would make him a Taurus. Yes.
Yeah, that would make him Taurus.
Yeah. So because of he's so low key. And
that would be
he's OCD. He's very specific on how he likes things done. And he is very military in that he likes his routine in everything that he does. So
but you know what? He's got Venus in Gemini. Venus is what we love, what we value. That would be the quick, because Gemini picks up stuff really quickly. But the low key part certainly would make sense for a Taurus, in other words, and very grounded and but that's fascinating.
He's a very earthy dog, very grounded, very likes routine. I kept thinking, okay, he's got to have some, maybe I didn't know if it would be Capricorn or maybe.
I was just going to say, if he's born before the 19th or the 18th, he's got Mars in Capricorn. When you said the military thing, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if he's got, if he has that energy, because Ferris is, you're an Aquarian, but you have Capricorn energy. So to have been in any structure that was that, you know, you have to do it this way, or, you know, that. So yeah, so very likely he is earlier in May than you thought, because yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah,
I did some muscle testing with him and everything, and it felt that way. And so I muscle tested with him, and that's what came up. And I thought, you know, I really believe that's true. And there's got to be something in there that gives him that, where it's got to be very structured. And at night, when it's his bedtime, he goes right into his kennel,
the discipline,
or his crate, and he wants it done in very specific ways. And I have to, if I feed him at one time, it's that way every single day. He wants the same time, morning and night.
And that's very Taurus. Very because
it
Taurus is very habitual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my Gemini puppy is the opposite. Oh God.
It's so funny. You know,
it is, yes.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot from this little guy.
What breed is he, Cindy?
He's a mutt. He's a mixture, but I think primarily he's a bull terrier. He's excuse me, still got a cough. He's bull terrier, but I don't know what else he has in him. But you can see the bull terrier, or what is it, Ferris? It starts with an S. Schiffer, something bull terrier. It's another kind of terrier.
So a big dog, like you said.
Yeah, yes. But like I said, he's mixed with something else because he's pretty small for his age, and he's only grown 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds since we got him, and he's been with us for 2 weeks. 2 weeks yesterday.
So it's not a Cavalier, no.
No.
I
don't think so.
No. Cavaliers are very small. King Charles Cavalier, they call it.
Yeah, they're tiny.
They're tiny. Yes.
Yeah. But if he had a big dog mix, you know, which the bull terrier is, that's the target dog, and they are from 40 pounds up to 80 pounds or something, I believe I read. And he's on the small side, and everybody keeps saying he's going to be kind of small. So.
Yeah, we compared paws, didn't we, the other day?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Shivani, I said, Shivani, let me show you. And I put my hand around his paw, and I could close it. And I said, now you do the same. She couldn't close her hand.
Yeah, Akash has big paws. He's going to be a big dog.
Yeah.
He's going to be
90 pounds or more.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to be a big dog. Another bundle of joy there. He's so cute. So,
well, look, I don't know.
So alive.
Very alive. He's been on my lap for the whole show. Can you see him?
Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful. Has he been calmer?
So?
Is he calmer? More settled?
Yeah. For example, Mina Akash was wild. I'm serious. He came and he had 15 brothers and sisters, and I think he has been left to his own devices a lot in the garden, and so he was wild. And on day 3 I thought, oh my God, what have I done? And Mina was instrumental to actually help him calm down. Yeah, so
yes.
How much? Yeah, so but tell us a bit more. What did you do? Or how do you work with animals?
I talk to them. I connect with the energy, because it's pretty much the same thing as connecting with, everything has a consciousness, right? So you can talk to anything. Mm-hmm. And that's what I do. I connect with them, and I ask questions. I ask, how they're doing, or directly just go straight. And like with Akash, what I did was to just calm him down. I just sent him a bunch of love, kept sending him loads of love, and kept telling him that there's no reason to be afraid of anything, that he can calm down, and so he did. With the peeing, the same thing. I took him to the backyard and I said, "This is where you pee."
Yeah, because he peed everywhere.
So that works. So that's I tune into an animal the same way as I tune into a person. Exactly the same way. And obviously they can't talk, so energetically, intuitively, I get the messages that way. Ask them how they're doing. I straight away have a sense of how they're doing, if they're sad, if they're happy, if there's something going on. So with my pet, for just to give an example, when he started getting sick, and I didn't know what to do, and he was just, no action, no reaction, nothing. He was just lying on the sofa. I sat down and I tuned to him, and the first thing I got was something wrong with his blood, but I didn't want to hear. I just did not want to hear that, because obviously it was my pet. And as soon as I heard that there's something wrong with his blood, I totally just disconnected and thought, nah, he's okay. A week later, he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But again, it was my pet, so obviously I had a lot of attachment, and I didn't want to hear the truth. But there's exactly the same thing. Like I said, I connect with them the same way I connect with someone's energy. Get the messages, release the traumas, because some people might not know that, but it's very common for pets to also hold on to trauma and have trauma, same as humans. One thing that can be quite traumatic for them is the separation from the mother at birth, especially if they are in a breeder environment where there's other pets and dogs running around, and when there's a lot of activity with dogs, they sort of sometimes miss the message of, they don't even know sometimes, this is mommy, where is mommy, because mommy sort of is there for the first weeks, and then mommy goes and they're left alone. So it's very common to have trauma from that. Also very common to have trauma when they are desexed. The operation. So what we do there, we release the trauma. We also release what we call free-floating memories, the memories of being under anesthetic. We clean up the energy and bring them more into a place of safety, because they felt unsafe. They didn't know what was happening. They were put into that. Now this is happening, and they feel a bit lost. Owner is not there. They don't know what's happening in a way. So other reasons why they would get traumatized? Many things. Other dogs, for instance, going to the doggy park. That happened with mine. And I realized every time I was taking him to the doggy park, every time he saw a dog, a black dog, he was not about the size, but about the color. A black dog would scare him very much. And one day I came home and I said, okay, what's going on with him? He would get frightened, he would bark, he would not be in a very good space. So it turns out that what happened was one of the days when my girls took him to the doggy park when he was younger, he would probably be only not even a year, I think. He saw a fight between two dogs, and one of the dogs was black. So he got the fear. He was quite afraid of black dogs. So the fight was nothing to do with him, but it was something that he witnessed. And it scared him. So every time he would see a black dog, it would be quite traumatizing for him, because he would remember what happened that day. Storms, another thing that a lot of dogs are afraid of. When there is a storm, lightning, they freak out a little bit. I've worked with the pet about that. It worked wonders. She doesn't cry anymore. She doesn't get freaked out anymore. It's just a storm and she's okay. She doesn't go and hide, which is a common thing for them to do. They go and hide because they are afraid. So there's many reasons why pets could be traumatized. It's just one of them, some of them. other things. I can't remember anything now apart from what I already said. With cats is a little bit different, working with cats than with dogs. Very similar. The energy is different. The approach is the same, but the energy of a cat is different. I feel cats, most of the cats that I've worked with, they sort of come from a place of, they gentle. I don't want to say this and come across in the wrong way, because that's not what I want to say. But sometimes it feels to me they come across as, I know. They want the help. They want the help. They never say no to the help. But initially it has happened to me when I start tuning into a cat. I had situations where the cat puts the paw up and says, no. They're not refusing the help. It's more like they're saying, I know better, sort of thing. Like, I know. They can be very possessive. And they're very smart, very intuitive. But after that is okay.
Because Ferris and Lorelei and I we're primarily cat people until I got this puppy. You had a puppy, Lorelei.
Yeah, for 15 years. Yeah, she died a year ago, November.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you use the word, when you said that, Mina, I was wondering, almost arrogant in a way?
Yes, sometimes, yes. Well, I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to come.
No, but the reason that I asked that question is because the cat is symbolized by the sign of Leo, and certainly the Leo personality can be arrogant because it's fire, yes. and it knows. So I was just
True. Yes, that's right. That's the word. But it only takes a few minutes, I start sending love and then they come around and they're very easy to work with.
Well, I have a question. Do you find that it's sometimes easier to, just as a general thing, is it easier to tune into pets because their energy is so much purer than us as humans? They don't have, or do they have the same kinds of defenses that we would have as humans?
Yes, they do. Actually, they do. They have fears, like I said. They have traumas. I don't think they have a ego as such, in a way. Mm-hmm. I've never come across. But see, when we look at cats, sometimes it comes across that way, that the ego comes through, so they get a bit arrogant. But I don't think it's the ego there. Mm-hmm. I feel it's more the personality, the energy of, I'm okay, because in a way, cats, they tend sort of somehow to, and again, it's not like they're not allowing the help, they want the help, but they sort of think they can figure it out themselves.
Yeah, interesting.
That's the independence, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's not saying, go away, I don't want your help. They do want the help, but it's sort of, no, I can do this. Like, thank you, but I've got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to answer your question, the purity, if that's I don't know, to tell you the truth. Maybe in a way.
That was just...
what I feel is, if I connect to someone's soul, then will be sort of the same thing, because I'm connecting with the purity.
Yes. And the human too, right.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I always sense, and sometimes it's true, and even the other day, I got a bit overwhelmed when I connect with Ashka, and I had tears in my eyes because his love for Giovanni was so big. It was so big that, it brought tears to my eyes. It was quite overwhelming, the love. So in that sense, yes, yes, because every now and then I come across humans where I feel that love, that grand, that expanded love. But it's certainly more common with pets to feel that way. Yes. Mm-hmm. And that day I did, and I could see him lying down on Giovanni's lap, and oh my God, was so beautiful. It was overwhelming, to tell you the truth. Yes, it was. breathtaking. I could feel his love. It was just, you know, these waves of love towards her, towards you, Stefano. It's a beautiful thing to witness.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
And her legs are probably going numb too.
Maybe in a few months, Ferris. Maybe in a few months will be worse because it's getting bigger.
Anymore. That's the thing.
One of the things that Carol said over here, and I love this, she says, I would think that Trooper being a Taurus, it would give him an advantage being a therapy dog.
That's true, because he would have a calming effect on others.
Okay.
Taurus is. Do you think, Mina, dogs choose or animals choose whether they want to be in a therapy or service animal?
Yes.
They do.
I do feel they do, yeah. I do believe they have a mission. I do believe they have a mission. Maybe a little bit, and in a way, no, because, you know, purpose, mission is the same. In a way, I do feel when they come here, they know that the mission is to such and such, or, you know, to go to this house, to love this person, to care for this person, to teach her how to love unconditionally. I feel most, probably all of them, all pets, the biggest mission they have to teach us is to teach us how to love unconditionally, because they do.
Right.
They do love unconditionally. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, you have a go at them and say, don't do this. They'll still love you.
Okay, Debbie is asking a question. I find a new pet an outlet for all the love I gave to my dog that has passed.
Yes.
And that's not the same as comparing.
No. That's right, Farrah. It's not the same. It's the love that's there, that's it's being given to this new puppy, but it's not like she's, you know, comparing one to another.
It's just a new channel.
It's just exactly, feels the heart is actually more open. What's the name of that lady?
Her name is Debbie, and she said that she has have 3 Vizslas. V-I-Z.
Yeah, similar body to body, and Akash. Different, but similar shape and small.
Oh, okay. All right.
Big dogs, beautiful dogs, hunting dogs.
6-year-old male. What do I need to do for him? Anything? I think she's asking if there's anything she needs.
Can you repeat the question, please?
She just says she has 3 of those dogs.
Vizsla, Hungarian Vizsla.
Okay, and then one is a 6-year-old male, and she's just saying, what do I need to do for him? But I don't know what the issue.
What is he? Is he very active? I feel that she sort of doesn't know exactly how to deal with him. That's my sense. Is that what she means? Feels like that. She doesn't know how to deal with him.
I don't know. She's not clear in that question. But I do have a few stories that I want to go ahead and read. And if she could write it and clarify, and if we have any other, we're a little over here. But I do want to go ahead and share some of the stories that we've had written in. And so let me go ahead and go to those. And Ferris, if you could bring up some pictures, and Mina, if you get any hits on these as you see these babies, you can let us know.
Okay.
Let's see, Morgan Lee wrote.
Well, this is Carolyn's puppies.
Oh, this is Carolyn's puppies. Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's see if I can get Carolyn here.
Oh, so beautiful.
Oh, we read hers earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is
wow.
Beautiful babies here.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah, look at this.
And apparently they're farmers. The dogs are.
Yeah.
And here's Hannah's pup.
Okay, Hannah, and we talked about Hannah before.
Yeah.
And she ended up with her son's girlfriend's dog.
Yeah, excuse me. This is not Hannah's dog. This is her son's dog.
Right, her son's dog.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that there has to be a little Yorkie in there from his look.
Yes, it does look like that. Yes. Happy dog, a little bit confused. I feel he's sort of a bit confused about what has happened, what's happening. Sometimes I feel he doesn't know how to be. Feels to me there's a bit of pressure from different sides, and he gets the confusion is also from what happened. The dynamics have changed, so he's there now. It wasn't there before, so that's a bit of a confusion there, trying to understand what am I doing here. But I feel that he feels pressured. He feels pressured about different things, different people, and is a bit unsure of where to stand. That's my feeling about this puppy.
Like he's divided. His attention is
divided. Yes, he sort
of
doesn't know.
One person.
Yes, yeah, it feels like, what, so what now? What am I supposed to do? That's what he's saying. What am I supposed to do? Doesn't know what to do.
Well, she says he's very, very loving.
He is very loving. His eye looks good. He is very loving, but the confusion I'm sensing is that he's sort of sometimes it doesn't know what am I supposed to do.
Maybe where he belongs.
Where do I stand? Where do I stand? Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay.
And there's another picture of him. You want to go ahead and show that, Ferris? Do you have that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, looks like a gentleman there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got him all
up there. Attitude.
And we've got one more here. This is Lee's Morgan, as in Guten Morgen.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh.
And she says Morgan has been her buddy, her teacher, and came to her as a throwaway. A lot of people didn't want this dog because it's a German Shepherd. I don't know if he's mixed or not, but his ears weren't straight up, so people didn't want him. He didn't have all the qualities that somebody thought he should have. Her have. And she said she rescued her. And she said, and she chose her own name, just like Trooper did. Trooper was very specific. And let me see, just Morgan saw her through some very, very difficult lessons in her life, taught her patience and observance versus reaction. And I think that's beautiful because I'm feeling that also with Trooper. So I get that. I'm so glad, Lee, that you wrote that in because I would have not been able to express that. But I get what you're saying. That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very soft soul, very soft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pain, I sense pain from the past. Sense of rejection, sense of feeling not fitting in. But I feel that that's okay now. So I can still see that in the energy, but I don't feel that's so much affecting her now. It has affected though, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So in other words, Leah's helped her heal.
Yes, they both
healed each other.
Each other, yes.
Yeah.
And that was the purpose. Yes, very beautiful. Beautiful dog, beautiful energy for sure. Soft, but pain. So, first initial thing, even before you start talking, I sense pain. But I don't feel the pain is, there's residues of that pain, but it's not as present as it used to be.
That's great. Well,
yes.
Loves this baby. And Ann just wrote in, Ann Kaufman wrote in, and she says, this looks like my son's long-haired shepherd. That's Cody. Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. Well, this has just been so much fun, and I thank you for the stories that you've written us, everybody. Please continue to share those stories. on Facebook and, you know, on our private page that we have, everybody. And that is the Soulview community page, which is private. You can share it there, also on Energized Living Today as well. And make sure that you send us your comments below. We went a little long today because we have our special guest and because we had some technical issues in the beginning, but everything has worked out beautifully. So,
and you know, we can put maybe Mina's email or website up in the Facebook group. So if anyone
that'd be great.
You want to go ahead and give that, Mina?
Yeah.
Yes. A website.
Yes.
Or your email, wherever people can get hold of.
They can go to the website. So website is www.masteryhealing.com.
Mastery Healing.
MASTERY healing.com.
Yes. And email is mina@masteryhealing.com.
And that's MINA.
That's right, MINA.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And Ferris, you want to type that in the...
Spell that, Mina? The
MINA? The email?
Yeah. Oh, just Mina at. I'm sorry.
Yeah, mina@masteryhealing.com.
Okay. All right. I'll let Ferris go ahead and put that in there. And for any questions, everybody, you can write us at soulview1111@gmail.com. Ferris,
okay. I misspelled Mastery Healing, y'all.
MASTERY.
You can correct that, Ferris. I think you can edit.
I'm typelexic.
Let's see. Any other ones here? I think those were the ones.
Lee wrote in and said that Morgan passed away a few years ago.
Oh, Morgan passed away. Okay.
She has no pain now. Oh.
Okay. And I want to say this to everybody that wrote in or wrote me and, you know, and said, you know, that they couldn't believe I wouldn't just adopt Trooper. I want to thank everybody for getting me to really think about this, because it really helped me to open up my mind to, you know, what was the process in all of this. And, it really helped me to think about it. And Shivani and I talked about it at length yesterday, and as our puppies visited. On Skype, yeah. So it really helped me to go back and think about this in a more conscious way about the whole thing that happened. And Lorelei, of course, said the whole time, everything happens for a reason, even if you don't know what that is right now.
Yeah.
Yes. And now it's perfectly clear, because Gabby brought Trooper into my life. Otherwise, Trooper wouldn't have ever entered my life. I would not have looked at this puppy.
Well, and when we experience any kind of loss, there's that opportunity to open the heart wider, and which is what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
And it's so true. And nothing happens. Everything happens for a reason, and we not always know at the time what the reason is, but sooner or later we'll end up figuring it out. Sometimes it takes a while, but we will end up knowing. Oh, okay, that's why. Because nothing is by chance.
Well, I'm so happy we have so many people out there that love their critters, whatever they are, whether it's a turtle, a fish, a bird, a cat, a dog, whatever it is. I'm so glad that you love these beautiful creatures, because in my way of looking at critters is they don't overprocess things like we do. Mm-hmm. They just know what they know. And, they use their instincts. They trust themselves. And that is what we all need to learn from these critters. Just trust yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I want to
Beautiful.
thank all of you for being here today. This has been wonderful. Any final thoughts, Lorelei, for the cosmic weather coming up for this next?
Well, as I said, just to really be aware of your actions in the next few days, what's driving them, what's motivating them or not, and knowing that there's an opportunity for a deeper connection inside to what makes you come alive.
Yes.
Love that.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes.
Well, this has been wonderful. I thank you all for joining us and for this extended call today. It's been fabulous. And I love you all, would love your comments. And I'll continue to share videos with you as Trooper shows me more of who he came here to be, because that's what it feels. I'm just, you know, he's showing me. I'm just listening is all. So I'll continue to share those videos with everybody. And until next time, everyone, I thank you. And Mina, I thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
This was really good to be here.
Get on.
Yeah.
Yes. When it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yes. Very true. So
that's right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Namaste.
We love you and namaste.
Yeah. Okay.
Namaste, and I send y'all light.
Namaste.
Light and love. Namaste.